What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be going over 5 iconic items that I currently have in my closet. As someone that's always giving you guys cheaper alternatives to expensive items out there, I gotta let you guys know that there are a select few items out there that are timeless enough, iconic enough, where there is just no alternative. You gotta get the real thing and maybe spend a little bit of money. So that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Super excited about this video. I say we get right into it. So before we get into the first item, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Farfetch.com. So a lot of you guys are familiar with what Farfetch.com is, but if you aren't, they are basically the craziest online retailer for anything high-end luxury. Instead of you shopping on a website that just has like one warehouse that they're shipping from, Farfetch is totally different. They actually source all their products from over 700 boutiques worldwide. So the selection on their website is insane. From bear bricks to teddy jackets to sneakers, they have it all. I've actually been using Farfetch for years, so when they asked if I wanted to work together, I was super excited. A few of these items were provided from them, so like I said, check them out. You know, from SBs to Rick Owens, the selection is crazy because like I said earlier, they are sourcing from over 700 boutiques, so yeah, check them out. All right, let's get into the first item. All right, so first iconic item I want to show you guys is the Celine teddy jacket. So for the longest time, I would say as long as this YouTube channel has even been alive, you guys know how I felt about the Saint Laurent teddy jacket, all right? But I gotta let you guys know officially right now, we're off those. Obviously, that jacket had a huge impact on fashion, very respected, but it just got to the point where everybody had it. So that's where the Celine teddy jacket comes in. I would say kind of think of it, you know, like when Michael Jordan was in the league and Kobe came in. No disrespect to Jordan and whatnot, but there's, you know, kind of a new icon in town, and I would say that's what the Celine teddy jacket represents. The vibe is pretty much still the same, but there are just these subtle differences that really separate it from the Saint Laurent one. The varsity collar was eliminated. Now you have more of this like traditional folding collar, kind of gives it like this retro vibe, looks way better in my opinion. You have different materials on the body of the jacket, some real nice satin instead of leather. So like I said, it's just a subtle differences that really separate this apart, but I think this is going to be the future of jackets and what a lot of people start gravitating towards. I bought this from an online Facebook group, and like I said earlier, man, you know, I'm huge on cheaper alternatives, but when you put this on, you could just feel that premium vibe that it has, from the satin on the inside, even down to the cut of it and how it fits on your body. I mean, you know, when a designer does his thing, you just got to give him his props, get the real jacket, and I think Celine did a great job at that. So there we have it for the first iconic piece in my wardrobe that I wanted to show you guys. We got the Celine teddy jacket. Next item up, man, I was lucky enough to get these directly from Farfetch. We got the Golden Goose Superstar sneakers. All right, so a little bit of background information on this brand Golden Goose right here. So in the early 2000s, you know, when high-end luxury sneakers were starting to emerge, the brand Common Projects and Golden Goose were kind of like the newcomers in town. Obviously, you guys know the impact that Common Projects have had on sneakers. I mean, like everybody has them in Soho and whatnot. But for myself, I just think that aesthetic is a little bit too clean for my liking, and that's why I gravitate more towards this Golden Goose brand. Some people even claim that Golden Goose started the whole ugly shoe trend and whatnot, because if you actually look at them, all of them come pre-distressed with these like ugly markings. You even got like, you know, gray laces that look really dirty, but somehow, some way, it just works. A$AP Rocky rocks them, even Travis Scott. I mean, they're kind of like low-key iconic, but just because a lot of people don't know about them yet does not mean they are not significant. Aesthetically, if you look at all of their sneakers, I'm not gonna lie, it does take some getting used to all the dirtiness and distressing, but these are hand-distressed. You gotta appreciate that. The craftsmanship is insane. And on Farfetch.com, there's a ton of colorways. They probably got the craziest selection online right now, so if you guys are interested, check them out. I might switch out the laces to a cream one just to give it a little bit of a cleaner aesthetic. I'm not really sure, but who knows, man? Maybe I'll get used to these. But like I said, man, low-key iconic. Not a lot of people know about these. So the next iconic item I want to show to you guys, I had no idea that I would ever own a pair of these, but the aesthetics of them have really been growing on me, so I thought I'd give them a try. We got some Rick Owens trainers right here. Let's take them out. So as we're taking them out, I mean, Rick Owens, I've known about him for a while. I was always looking for the older dunks, you know, the older Geo baskets, but I have not been able to find a pair of those. Obviously, they're older than like 9 years old, so I have not been able to find a pair, but these right here, I always kind of seen these. They do take take some getting used to, but I was like, they're offered from Farfetch, so let me give these a shot. But in person, I gotta say the aesthetics of them, the quality of them, everything does not disappoint. At a first glance, I know these look funky. I know the toe box takes some getting used to, but if you just wear these with the right outfit, I gotta say these actually are low-key fire. I know the whole Rick Owens aesthetic is to show the tongue off and everything and show how high the sneaker is. You know, I'm a little too short for that, so I like draping my pants over the sneaker. I know some people like otherwise, but that's just kind of how I decided to style them. But just overall, when it comes to Rick Owens, there's no denying how iconic he and his clothing have been to fashion. Some people do say Rick Owens is where Jerry Lorenzo gets a lot of his inspiration from. Either way, it doesn't take away from what any of them are doing. Both have respected brands in their own right. And if you take a look at Rick Owens' clothing, it is kind of hard to not fall victim to that like Rick Owens aesthetic. It's very drapey, very dark. For myself, I'm not really sure how I plan on rocking these, maybe with the flannel or not. We'll see. These are a little bit different than what I'm used to, but super excited to have these in my wardrobe. So thanks again to Farfetch. These are gonna take some getting used to. Let me know if you guys like these trainers. Do you own them? Also, if anybody has the dunks in a size 40 or 41, let me know. I'm looking for the milk colorway specifically. They have been impossible to find. But yeah, there we have it, man. Iconic in its own right. We got the Rick Owens high top trainers. Do not sleep on these. Let's move on to the next item. Next iconic piece that I want to show to you guys. You guys have seen them a ton in my videos. I keep them all around my house. We got the Metacom Bear Bricks. So not only does Farfetch.com have sneakers and clothing, they also have a bunch of house decor and collectibles, and that is where I got my latest bear brick from. It almost goes without saying how iconic bear bricks have become. Started in '96 in Japan and have become a worldwide phenomenon. You know, collabs with Cause, Chanel, every single brand, you name it, they've collabed with. Design-wise, one thing I've been gravitating a little bit more towards when it comes to the bear bricks are the ones that have more of an all-over print design around the whole body rather than just the face. To me, it just looks a little bit more like art decor rather than just a toy. If someone's coming around your house, they have no idea what bear bricks are, they could still look at this and be like, oh, okay, that's a nice art piece, rather than, why do you have a bear just sitting there? So this specific bear brick right here that I got from Farfetch is inspired by the painting from the late, great Van Gogh, okay? You know, I don't know that much about art, but I know the man was doing his thing, and shout out to him, RIP. But yeah, this bear brick right here was inspired by his piece. I really like it. Kind of has this like sunflower floral print all over it. But yeah, they have a ton on Farfetch.com. So there we have it. We got bear bricks as one of the iconic items on today's list. Let's move on to the next item. All right, so last but not least, the iconic item in my wardrobe that I want to show you guys. I've had these for years. We got the Saint Laurent Crash Denim. So I pretty much got these around like 4 or 5 years ago. If you guys don't know, Eddie Slimane, I don't know if I'm butchering the name or not, but Eddie Slimane designed these for Saint Laurent. He actually moved on to Celine. So that's why the teddy jacket that I showed you guys earlier looks so similar to the Saint Laurent version. It's because they are from the same designer. But yeah, these two denim right here were designed by him. And a lot of people say Saint Laurent kind of like lost its magic after Eddie left. So these two pairs of denim were designed by him while he was at Saint Laurent. And I gotta say, there has been no other brand that has been able to mimic this look. Basically, these set the tone for what a lot of denim companies try to go after. They really set the tone for that cream hue that a lot of brands try to accomplish. The distressing is super on point. It took me years to hunt these down, and when I did find them, I paid a pretty penny, but it was all worth it. When I do wear them, these are probably one of the most asked about items that I do own. Everybody's always asking me where I got them and whatnot. I usually have to point them in the direction of maybe Grailed or eBay. But yeah, there we have it. The Saint Laurent Crash Denim, designed by Eddie Slimane. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that name right, so correct me if I'm wrong. Let's move on to one more item that I have as an honorable mention. Not super iconic, but the brand that it comes from is iconic. So we gotta show this thing. Let me go grab it right now. All right, guys, so as a bonus round, we got the Kedora backpack from Visvim, all right? One of the most iconic, well-known, high-end luxury brands from Japan. So if the name Visvim sounds familiar to you guys, it's because, you know, those sneakers that Kanye, Jerry Lorenzo, at least in the streetwear world, made pretty popular. But beyond their sneakers, which everybody knows them for, their other products are actually, from the quality to the materials to the craftsmanship, are insane. I'm taking a look at this backpack right now. I know at a glance it may look very average, but if you look at the details of it, it is like almost speechless in person. From this buttery lamb leather at the bottom right here to these rubber inserts, you even got this like padded back part right here. The construction of this backpack I've never seen before. I think it's like a perfect mix between being a casual backpack and being high-end luxury. You know, like when it comes to spending $1,000 on a backpack, in my opinion, it's just not really worth it to spend it on those like high-end luxury brands like Saint Laurent or like even Louis Vuitton and whatnot. They just come across a little bit too designer-esque. I would say this is a good middle point between still having that high-end feel, but being a little bit more practical as well. This specific backpack was from Farfetch. They also have a really dope cream color if you want to be a little bit flashier. But yeah, if you're going to spend $1,000 on a backpack, like I said, my overall thing that I want to get across to you guys is do not spend it on a designer brand. Get something a little bit more like this where it does have designer elements, but it is a little bit more everyday. There's not really much else I got to say about this bag, but yeah, if you're willing to spend that type of money, I would not look any further than this one right here. The craftsmanship and details will not disappoint. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the 5 iconic pieces in my wardrobe video. You know, hopefully you guys like the change of pace today. You know, you can't always talk about the cheaper alternatives. There are some items out there you just gotta treat yourself, you know? Also, if you guys are looking to save a little bit of money on Farfetch.com, there is a promo code RLFF10, all right? It will save you 10% off, which is really significant when it comes to these items. So RLFF10, I'll leave it down in the description box below for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys have any questions on any of these items or any sizing questions or where to find them and whatnot. Make sure you guys like the video, share this with your friends, and if you guys have not done so, sub to the channel. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.